Welcome to your favorite Bengals podcast, Bengals on the Go on SoundCloud and Facebook, brought to you by Caterpillar Industries, and I'm your host, Grin the Great. Today's title is called Out of the Barrel Shotgun Edition, and if you ain't catch it yet, this segment is all about Joe Burrow and his offensive line. What we have, what we don't have, and what we need. What's our weapons, protections, and what's his offensive line doing out there? Last year during the 2021 regular season schedule, the Cincinnati Bengals completed passes for a total of 4,403 yards, averaging 8.7 yards a play. They ran 436 ground plays for a total of 1,742, averaging 4 yards a carry. Joe Burrow passed for a total of 366 passes out of 520 for a total of 4,611 yards, which is an impressive 70.38%. The real problem is Joe Burrow was intercepted 14 times, sacked 51 times, with a loss of 370 yards. Even though most of our offensive progression and percentile is pretty good, we could have done a lot better if the Cincinnati Bengals had a stronger line. I know that we had some injuries, but why is it that we had to play from the shotgun? Why can't we get the play action fake started most of the time? Our offensive line. Joe Burrow don't have time to get situated to get those great passes, not those good ones, but those great passes off. He averages 8 yards a completed pass. That's why Joe Mixon can't get no more than 4 yards off the line by his averages. None of the receivers have time to run their routes because they end as fast as they started. Most of our plays only lasted 4 seconds of play. And then our defense has to stand against the flood with their backs against the wall without even getting 8 minutes of rest, and then having to find some ways to get the ball back to Burrow, who's getting beat up in the pocket, or to score themselves, which is hard to do on the defense. But under those conditions, because your offensive line is falling apart, that makes your defense upstanding and outstanding for putting up with that. Looking at all the stats, we're almost dead even with our opponents in every field. But with our talents like Burrows and Mixon, Chase, Higgins, and Boyd, puts us beyond them in every category. With just those weapons, it's a touchdown. But that can't even happen when our line is stepping over like teapots. And then the other team is stopping the run, or they're stopping the pass. I'm pretty sure that we're all happy to hear that we picked up Lionel Collins as a tackle from the Cowboys and 2 guards, Ted Karras from the Patriots and Alex Kappa from Tampa Bay. And then the Bengals going to pick up the tight end from the Falcons, Hayden Hurst, before the draft. Now the Bengals might be able to play some legendary football, as long as they stick to Zach Taylor's program. I mean, that's really what it's all about, sticking to the program. And talking about sticking to the program, that's our 5-minute review of the Bengals on the Go Out of the Barrel Shotgun Edition on Facebook and SoundCloud, brought to you by Caterpillar Industries. If you want to re-up on this episode of the Bengals on the Go or any of our future episodes, you can catch us at caterpillarindustries.com. And on next week's cast, we will start talking about the defensive pros and rookies and how they need to adjust to stop the run. But until then, I'm Grin the Great, and like always, no beef, no chicken. If you're gonna do it wrong, then make sure you do it right. I'm out.